YouTube, what is going on? Crowder here, bringing you a brand new video today. And today we are finally starting some of the coaching videos that I was talking about in the previous videos. And basically we're going to start off here with how to win Superstore every single time, or if not, make it more consistent. So really quick, if anybody that is watching this video happens to be new, I was a pro Call of Duty player for about 10 to 11, 12 years, and then I retired, and then became the head coach of 100 Thieves. Then I ended up getting traded to be the head coach of Atlanta FaZe, which is now what I do. So I coach professional Call of Duty players on a daily basis, and that is my main job. And then I am a content creator on the side, and I've done a lot of cool videos on this channel, but I know I've done a lot of gameplay videos with myself playing. I'm going to try and do some more coaching content, and that's exactly what we're here for. So we're starting off here with the Superstore video. I'm going to show you kind of like what I'm thinking in the moment of how to win the Superstore, and kind of tips and tricks and spots as well to, you know, help you win the Superstore a little bit more, especially for more of the casual player if you want to try landing here more, and then a little bit of advanced tips too. So hopping right into this, I'm actually going to start off by showing you some pretty cool spots that you might know or you might not know in the Superstore that will help you get the advantage on the opponent. These are not necessary to use to win Superstore. I know this game's a year old, but some of these are still pretty cool, and some people actually don't know them when I do them on my Twitch chat. People reacting like I've never even known about that spot. So I'm going to show you these spots, and then we're going to get right into some of the analyzing of gameplay and me explaining my thought process and more. So this first spot, guys, is actually going to be a simple one. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will probably know this, but if you don't, this is a really good way to get to the second story of the Superstore without having to run through a staircase through a little tiny doorway where someone could be camping in that room and just pre-aiming down the stairs where you have no chance. This is a really good way that I use actually a lot, probably every single day that I land in Superstore, to get an advantage on the opponent, especially if you have dead silence, guys. This is exactly what you want to do. You're going to actually go to this window right here. You're going to hop up onto it. You're going to jump on this invisible ledge. You're going to wait like 2 or 3 seconds. Then you hop back up, and then right there you go from the bottom floor to the top floor. If you have dead silence, they will not expect you in there. A lot of people like to camp the room behind me, and that room is somewhere that you can, you know, slide through this doorway, catch your enemy off guard, and catch them by surprise and probably get an easy kill. It's also just a good way to finesse if you're running away from someone and you actually hop up there. If you run through that like bottom bathroom area, you can actually do that hop up pretty quickly if you're really good with movement, and you'll avoid the enemy. So this next spot, guys, is actually another one that's just a hop up to get to the bottom floor, or the, you know, outside of the Superstore to the second story. You kind of use this hut, and you can see I hopped up on that cinder block, or you can hop up on these poles right here, then hop up onto this hut, and then go into the second story. Now, this is something I don't really use every single time I land Superstore, but when I'm actually probably approaching the Superstore, if I'm coming from like, you know, airport area or the storage town area, and I see someone on the UAV, this is a really good way to get to the second story without having someone just like watching the staircase, or, you know, even expecting you to do this kind of hop up. So this is something that's not the best while you're landing. Sometimes you might find some use to it depending if you're running around out there and trying to finesse your enemy, but it's a good way to, you know, hop up to that second story and just kind of get that upper hand on the opponent when, you know, you're just trying to come in from a different angle. A lot of the times this game is pretty old. People like to watch the same doorways and kind of play those corners. You'll probably catch someone, you know, a little bit by surprise by doing this. Okay, so this next one is probably something that you guys all know about, but I don't think it's generally used enough. This is something that even I am running around the Superstore sometimes, and I'm like, whoa, I can't believe he's actually using that spot, and I know about it. And it's because you're not actually looking up in the air while running around Superstore. So this angle right here where you jump on these boxes, if you're using the Rose operator, it's something that is really, really tough to see. And on top of that, if you're playing solos, and this is kind of what this video is for, is like how to land Superstore and win in solo matches specifically, no one's going to expect you up here. You're going to be able to use your headset, get a lot of info. If they're in the windows to your right, which would be over here, you're going to have an advantage up there. If they come through that and you hear like the metal footsteps, you can see them coming through this alley right here, which is a pretty good angle. And if you have a good shot, you'll get that kill. You can get some info in the middle of the store too. You're going to be in a really good spot to get info, where my biggest thing in solos, I'd say, is probably not getting caught, you know, running or sprinting or a shot in the back kind of thing, or, you know, killed by a camper, which is really, really frustrating to deal with. You guys know all about that, I'm sure. So these spots get you a lot of info to kind of avoid that. And that's exactly why you want to use this spot, probably more. I play this game a lot every single day, and I probably get killed by this spot once a month. So honestly, even though a lot of people know about it, it's definitely something that you should use more. And just to give you guys a quick little reference, this is what this angle looks like from the other way. You can barely see Tucker right here on your screen, and he can see you pretty clearly as I just showed you the angle. So this spot is really good. And I definitely think if you're playing solo matches, you need to do this a lot more than you think. I'd recommend if you die, you know, if you get into a gunfight and you're trying to run away, if you go up there, you're going to be able to heal up and catch your enemy in sprint or just any way of them not looking at you. And it's going to be really, really important to do so. So that should get you a lot more kills in the Superstore, especially if you're playing solos. All right, so we have 2 more spots left really quick. And this one is not the most practical one, but if you can do it, it's actually a really, really cool one to do. I would recommend by landing back door here, getting the weapon down to the right, like on the platform right below me. And then when you get the weapon, hop back onto this windowsill right here and do this jump as quickly as possible. The reason why I say this is if you get a gun early on and you know that, you know, you can do this pretty quickly. If you get up top on the scaffolding over here to the left, you're going to be able to run over to here, which is called the loading dock side. That's what we call it, like me and my squad. And the loading dock side is usually a pretty hot drop. So if you go do this movement and then end up running from up here, you'll probably get 1 or 2 easy kills without anyone even knowing you're there. And then even if you do shoot off your weapon, people that come from the middle of the store and over on this side of the store, or even on the like front left of the store, that kind of try and third party, won't expect you up there, even though they have the mini map up there and you're shooting an unsilenced weapon. It does not matter. You will catch them in sprint. You'll catch them with their pants down. They'll not know what's going on, and you'll get easy kills in the Superstore. So definitely try and get this one down. It's not the easiest one, but once you get it down, it is easy. It's just something that takes a little bit of practice. Lastly, guys, this is the last spot. These ones are really easy. These ones actually aren't the best. This first one's probably more usable than the second one. This is more for a really, really casual player that doesn't really want to rely on too much gun skill, and you kind of want to play more campy. I'm just going to show you some spots. You can run up this staircase right here. You can jump on this little ledge, and as soon as you jump on this little ledge, if someone was chasing you, you're probably going to catch them like trying to chase you through the entire staircase. You get an easy kill. And then, of course, right here, if you're going to jump on these lockers, you can kind of get into these corners. And yeah, people check these corners, but they're not going to be looking up, so you might get the first bullet advantage on your opponent by doing so. So all of these spots here that I showed you are something that are going to help you out a lot in the Superstore. And now let's get right into the video of actually analyzing 2 different gameplays of me dropping into the Superstore and some solos. Okay, so here we are. I'm actually going to be analyzing this gameplay. So this first one is more for the casual side of things. So first recommendation every single time is when you're dropping Superstore, as you can see that I'm on this side of the store, right? And that is off the plane drop. Always try and land on the opposite corner of the store. And the reason I say that is around 700 meters away, 750 meters away, I like to drop onto the opposite side of the store if I'm trying to go for more consistent wins, because most people are going to try and take their advantage on the hot drop. And as soon as they take the advantage on the hot drop, they're going to try and get into the loading dock, get a gun, and it's going to be absolute chaos 9 out of 10 times if you're not absolutely cracked out on the map. Or, you know, even if you are, you're probably going to get shot in the back. You're going to die and you're going to go right to the gulag. This video is more consistency of how to make the Superstore kind of go in your favor. Of course, not every single time 100%, no matter how good you are, you're probably going to get shot in the back in solos. It happens. But these methods will definitely help you out a little bit. And it's going to start by landing on the opposite side of the store. Probably going to have less people on that side of the store. You're going to be able to land, get a gun, and then try and find your spot and run into your rhythm of, you know, finding your ways around the Superstore to get loot, weapons, and kills. So yeah, what I would recommend here is landing on the opposite side of the store. And as you guys can see, I go onto the top roof. Usually there's weapons in that corner. I don't get a weapon, but I do get a plate. And I don't find any weapons off that roof, and I immediately go inside instead of standing outside on that platform. The more time you use that platform to stand around and look for guns, people are going to land there with you. That's going to be an immediate contest. And on top of that, people might land on the roof behind you, and say if they get a random gun that you happen not to see, they're going to have complete advantage in the gunfight, and that's exactly where you don't want to be in solo. So you run inside immediately, and always try and close the doors behind you in solos when you can. I don't do it super well in this clip, but I actually try and do it a little bit more towards the office side, and you'll see that coming. But it's going to help a lot. I get inside here. I'm able to pick up an M4, and now I have a weapon. I said, okay, I have some ammo here. I have some armor here, and I'm ready to go. And you can see here that I'm playing a little bit more aggressive on like the low parts of the Superstore, because in the beginning of the game, when you have some time to loot up, that's actually when you want to try and find those boxes and get the guns before anyone does. And you use your headset a lot to kind of gauge if there's footsteps near you or not. And sometimes when there's not footsteps, you're going to take that leap of faith to get a gun or try and get stopping power or try and get dead silence. It's so common in the Superstore now that actually playing really, really slow in the Superstore kind of hurts you unless you get really lucky with the one room that you land has loot. So I'm going to be playing a little bit more aggressive off the start of this just to find my loot, just to find the stopping power, just to find better weapons. I usually like to prefer the FFAR, but I don't get it in this clip. So I have the M4. I get that stopping power. I hear some footsteps to my right. Gets me a pretty easy kill because that guy misses his shotgun shot. And right there, I'm already in Superstore. I got a couple $1,000s under my belt. I got 1 kill, stopping power, and I'm in a good spot. Next, guys, really quick that I'm going to explain the reason why I'm on this corner. As you can see, after that gunfight, I shot my gun off, and I was able to, you know, kind of have some cover to put a plate in, you know, reload my gun and take some time to reheal, think up a little bit, and, you know, take a deep breath. And that's really important, I think, for the casual player. Is a lot of the time casual players kind of run into the middle of the Superstore and get one kill, and then they don't know what to do, and then so many people kind of swarm them. Being on the outskirts of Superstore is probably the most consistent way to play it. If you run through the middle of the Superstore, you're going to get shot from every single different angle. If you shoot a gun that's not silenced, every single person in the Superstore is going to know exactly where you are. So you can see here, I'm kind of playing like the second story bottom area, but I'm staying on the outskirts of Super, basically making a big circle around Super is what I would recommend. The only time you should ever run in the middle of Superstore is if you were trying to run away, or if you're playing squads and it's a completely different team push. But in solos, I definitely recommend not doing that, because that's probably how I get killed the most, and that's probably how a lot of you guys get killed the most as well. So all these spots right now, I'm just playing the Super, using my headset. I have some, you know, I hear some footsteps, nothing too crazy. I have the M4 stopping power, and now I'm just trying to loot up, find my guns, find my armor, find my like cash, just so I can buy a loadout. And I'm just staying, again, in the corners of the store. So if I were to shoot off my gun and get into a gunfight and they don't have a silenced weapon, I'm in a good spot where I can use a lot of these covers, these desks, these doorways, these weird ways to kind of finesse my movement throughout the store, just to have cover and get away from people. And you can see I already have 2 kills. I hear someone's footsteps over there. I don't know exactly where he's at. So now, while I hear him over there, I'm actually going to go up here to the second story, look for him. I don't see him. The second time, I see him. Now, this is a quick gunfight tip that has nothing really to do on how to win Superstore, but this is just how to win gunfights in general. It's called the shoulder peek. You guys see how I saw that guy right out of the corner of my eye there, right? I'm going to shoulder peek him, which is going to look like this. And as soon as I get that information of him crouching and holding his pre-aim like that, I now know that if I were to jump this corner and catch him off guard and by surprise, I'm going to get a pretty easy kill, just because of the fact that I can almost center my aim to where he should be, because he's not moving very much. So I throw that shoulder peek. I jump out and challenge. I get a pretty easy kill. Of course, I have stopping power. And just like this, I'm in the corner again, where I have a staircase, doorways, ways to finesse my way out of it if someone were to rush it and I hear footsteps pushing me. This is exactly where you want to be in the store if you want to keep it more consistent. I have 3 kills. I have $9,700. And right here, I get the UAV. I see 3 people on the mini-map. I can run across, go buy a loadout easily by probably picking up some money in the Burger Town or wherever those buildings are, and get an easy loadout. And right there, I won the Superstore. But if you're more of a cracked out player and you want a little bit more of advanced tips, when you get this UAV, you push. Plain and simple, you push. And the reason why I say that is because now I know exactly where they're going to be. And for this video, I marked that loadout over there, or that buy station, but I'm going to show you what it looks like if you want to play a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to be pushing right at these dots, and it's because I know exactly where they are. I know how they're moving. I have the advantage in every single gunfight now, solely due to the fact that these guys don't realize that I know where they're at because of the UAV. So I get 2 more easy ass kills, and there you go. I have 5 kills in the Superstore. I have plenty of money for a loadout, and I'm ready to go. I see the person back door. I live ping him, and basically this gunfight just kind of goes back and forth, and I end up getting this kill. So 6 kills in the Superstore. Not a bad start. And it's a pretty consistent way to play it almost every single time. Use the outskirts. Okay, so here's the other one that I will analyze for you. This is more of a hot drop. As you can see, I do not do the opposite corner side of the store. I run right into loading. I try and get a gun as fast as I can. I pick up some tacticals and lethals. I think a lot of casual players that watch or that play don't kind of almost see the importance of that loot. Semtex grenades, throwing knives, stun grenades, heartbeat sensors, flashbang grenades, those are so important. I can't explain that anymore. You see, I get that heartbeat sensor. What you really want to go for is probably a Semtex and a heartbeat every single time, or like a C4. And that's going to help you immediately get a lot of info. I get some good weapons, and now you can see I'm playing the outskirts of the Superstore again. I don't really get too much action here. I see some people fighting over here, so I'm going to push that side of the store because of that, but I'm always going to go from the outside. You notice I'm not running through the middle of the store and exposing myself to 85 different angles, because that's never going to work in my favor. Here I get some dead silence, still doing a circle around the store. I have dead silence here. This guy gets smoked. But what I want to point out really quick here is, as soon as I smoke this guy, I have now alerted everyone in the store that there was a gunfight that just went down. And what people think is, usually when the gunfight just goes down, one of the people are probably weak, even the person that probably won the gunfight, right? So again, being in this corner, if I hear someone pushing out by the front desk, I can run up the stairs, I can run through the bottom hallways, and I can get away. If I hear someone coming from down the steps, I can run through the desk and kind of avoid my way that way too. there's always an escape route when you're playing Superstore. You always want to think one step ahead. So here in this case, if anyone were to push me from any different angle, as you guys can't really hear in this video, there are footsteps right here that I actually hear out of my right ear cuff. So now this guy is trying to push me. I have cover. I had some time to rethink, reheal, regain, able to get a pre-aim kill. Boom. Easiest kill of my life. All because I'm playing these spots where when I get in the gunfights, it's actually leading people into me, but I have cover. I have the sound advantage in my headset, and it's almost leading me to easier kills, and I'm not even putting in the work. So to keep it moving, I'm over here. Everyone knows exactly where I'm at. They're all challenging me. I'm getting some pretty easy kills here. I have 3 kills, $8,000, and now here is the easiest thing in the world. I have now 1 Superstore. Again, by playing a half circle around Superstore, not even a full one. I don't have $10,000, but I can go loot Burger Town, loot gas station. I'll probably find $900. And just like that, I've now won Superstore again by doing the same method in a sense. So yeah, I would definitely, constantly recommend watching your favorite streamers play. Sometimes when they're a little bit aggressive, even me, I run through the middle of the Superstore when I'm kind of trolling around and just going for really, really high kill games. If you're trying to get 10 to 11 to 12 kills in Super, which has been done plenty of times before, that's where the middle of the store is going to be your best friend. But that's also really, really risky. And that's why you see a lot of people drop Super and go to the gulag right away. So all depends on your play style. This video is more for solos if you want to keep it more consistent in there. And especially if you're not the most cracked out player, you're not really going to be aiming to drop Super and, get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 kills out of there. You want like 2, 3, a loadout, and then you're ready to go. So overall, I really do hope this helped you. My biggest recommendation, as you guys know, I've repeated myself a bunch, is those spots that I showed you are really helpful. Playing the outskirts of the Superstore is really helpful. And then when you get those kills being in those corners, using your sound to your advantage. And I would always say, start from the roof to the second story to the bottom floor. Having the height advantage on your enemy is really important. Using your headset's really important, and just keeping the gunfights in front of you as much as you can. So that's why playing that circle is always going to keep those gunfights more in front of you, which is super, super important in solos. And yeah, so I hope this helps you guys a lot. Superstore is a little bit different just because of how hectic it can be. If you guys want to see more content like this, like Boneyard, Storage Town, Dam, it does not matter. I am here to bring you guys the best coaching tips that I can. I am going to be making a rotations video as well. I know a lot of you guys actually talk about, how to rotate. Do you rotate middle of the gas? Do you rotate edge of the gas? Like, what are you thinking during rotation? I am going to be making a coaching video about rotations in Warzone on how to get more kills, how to win more consistently, a bunch of different topics that you guys want to see. But please, guys, if you're watching this right now, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and please comment below on what you guys want to see next. I'm going to be basing a lot of my content around you guys. So if you want to see rotational videos, I'm going to do that for you. If you want to see how to land Boneyard every single time and, have a more consistent path to win that, I'm going to do that for you. So I'm going to be doing the best I can to be making these content videos for you. And also bear with me. This is my first really coaching video that's not how to aim better and kind of things like that. So I'm going to be getting better at this content too. So I always look at the comments. I appreciate you guys' support. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I will show you guys so much more in the future if you subscribe to this channel. So please, please, please subscribe to the channel. Go to the Crowder Shorts channel as well and subscribe to that. That will be in the description below. That's going to be more loadouts, funny clips, and a bunch of different things, and even some quick tips, which is like a 1-minute, like how to aim better or how to strafe better tip. It's going to be on my Shorts channel. So make sure you guys go to that channel too. Subscribe to it. It'll be in the comments in the description below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, like, comment, subscribe again. I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.